Awesome. Well, hello everyone. My name is Carmen Maxwell, and we are just so excited that you're joining us to learn how one simple change can add up to huge and meaningful results in your health. So I definitely didn't always have thriving health, but I do today, and I'm just really so excited to share with you the information that changed everything for me. So healthy really did used to be simple. It wasn't the latest superfood or the new diet craze. Healthy was fresh vegetables from grandma's garden. Kids played outside until it was dark. We drank water from the hose. And when it was time to go to bed, we were tired, so we went to sleep. But today looks very different. So family dinners are replaced with fast food, and neighborhood games outside are replaced with games online or smartphone socializing. Sugary sodas and desserts that used to be birthday party treats are now everyday treats. And people turn to energy drinks because they don't have the energy to get through the day. So how are you taking care of yourself? I think we can all agree that our health is made up of these four core things. So first of all, how are you doing with eating real food? And that's really not something that's from a box or a package. What about exercise? Find something that you like to do and then do it. What about water? We should all be striving to drink at least half of our body weight in ounces of water per day. And getting enough sleep and reducing our stress. Our body does all kinds of important things while we're sleeping. So it detoxifies, it repairs, and our hormones are able to really do their thing. So society today is sleep deprived, and it's almost like it's a badge of honor, but we need proper sleep in order to be healthy. So there are two startling trends in our world. First of all, environmental toxins are increasing. And our food quality is decreasing, which is causing the perfect storm in our bodies. So increased environmental toxins and decreased food quality is causing oxidative stress in our bodies every day. But there are other causes as well, like smoking, exercise, stress, medications, flying on an airplane, and even pregnancy. So this is important to understand because oxidation causes aging and disease. So wrinkles are an example of oxidative stress happening in our skin cells. So another illustration of oxidative stress is the apple. So if you cut an apple in half and leave it out, what happens? It turns brown, it ages. But if you squeeze lemon juice on it, and lemon juice is the antioxidant, it slows down the aging process. So just like that lemon helps to lessen the oxidative stress on the apple, antioxidants from fruits and vegetables neutralize that harmful oxidative stress, and they are our best defense. They shield and protect us. So Time magazine says the news isn't that fruits and vegetables are good. The news is that they're so good for you that they could actually save your life. So we really need to be eating 7 to 13 servings of fruits and vegetables every single day. But unfortunately, almost no one does. And certainly we're not getting the variety or the consistency that we need. So most people know that they're not eating enough fruits and vegetables every day. So about 70% of Americans turn to vitamin supplements. But let's talk about the difference between whole food and vitamins. So a vitamin has between 35 and 50 isolated nutrients in it, whereas an apple has 10,000 nutrients in it. So each fruit or vegetable has that many, and they all work together to protect our bodies. So really there's no comparisons. Vitamins barely scratch the surface as far as potential or effectiveness. So science is telling us over and over to get our nutrients from whole food instead of from isolated nutrients. And that isolated nutrients actually do more harm than good. So it's important to eat as many fruits and vegetables as we can every day, even beyond the minimum recommendation. So maybe you're someone that does eat a lot of fruits and vegetables, and that's awesome. But it's important to know that our fruits and vegetables today are picked too early, and they're transported thousands of miles, so they're not as nutritionally dense. So that's why we need to eat at least 7 to 13 servings per day. And a serving is the size of your fist. So if you're a serious athlete, you actually might need to eat as many as 16 to 18 servings per day That's a lot, right? So the one simple change that our family made to get more fruits and vegetables every day is called Juice Plus. So Juice Plus is just a way to add 30 raw vine ripened fruits and vegetables to your diet. So vine ripening is so important because over half of the nutrients develop in the last 2 to 3 days of the ripening process. So after the produce is picked, they're juiced and then they're dried and then they're put into a capsule or a chewable. So they even juice the peels and the leaves and the seeds. So it's like getting the rainbow, a huge variety. Whoops. Hope that. Sorry about that, guys. This happened to me last time too. Where were we? Okay. Hopefully you can see that. So it's a huge variety of fresh produce every day. It's not a substitute for the real thing. It helps us to bridge the gap. So for me, my journey, my whole food story starts 13 years ago. And this top left picture is of my daughter, and it was taken just about 13 years ago this month. And she was just a year old, and she was just one of those kids that was constantly at the pediatrician's office with sick visits, and we were super frustrated and looking for a way to keep her healthy. But I didn't know what to do. And so, I wasn't going to try vitamins because I had read enough to know that a lot of vitamins were contaminated and that they weren't an answer for us anyways. But I definitely understood fruits and vegetables. So when my sister shared Juice Plus with us and she told me that they were just fruits and vegetables, that made so much sense to me. And then she shared the research behind Juice Plus, and that definitely sealed the deal. And so our family got started on Juice Plus, and we just had an amazing experience. My daughter went from once a month sick visits to once a year well visits. I was able to use Juice Plus as a prenatal for my second daughter, who you see in the family picture in the black hat. She will be 12 years old and she hasn't had a sick visit in 11 years. And she is just so healthy. My husband right away started to feel more energy, but then also we noticed that his taste started to change, so that he started to really crave a lot more healthier foods and started to lose the sugar cravings that really plagued him. And so over the years, he's really lost a lot of weight. He's never dieted a single day in his life, but he's definitely had a transformation. And we know that it's the foundational nutrition that in Juice Plus. And for me, I definitely had an awesome pregnancy and recovered very quickly from my second pregnancy. But it was a little bit difficult to judge what I was feeling, when you're pregnant and nursing. So the first time I really understood that Juice Plus was really working for me was when I went to the eye doctor about a year and a half into eating Juice Plus, and my vision improved. And ever since then, my vision has improved every time I've been to the eye doctor. So at 42, I have better vision than I ever did in my 20s. Which is pretty amazing. So we've just loved the fact that we're able to use this as a foundation of nutrition every single day and get all this nutrition into our bodies before we even leave the house in the morning. So now I want to share a little bit about how we start our day, and that is with the Juice Plus Complete Shakes. So the chocolate and vanilla complete is vegan, it's gluten-free, it's whole food protein. There's fiber, amino acids, fruits and vegetables, all in a shake. It's great for any meal, but we love it for breakfast. It's post-workout recovery or mid-afternoon snack. The complete also comes in snack bars. And this is macro nutrition. So it's a beautiful complement to the micronutrition of the capsules or the chewables. So macronutrients are like the gas in your car, and micronutrients are like the oil. So you really do have to have both. So like I mentioned, we drink the shakes every morning before we go to school. And then I also make the shakes into energy balls. Today, for when my kids came home, I had made them a delicious chocolate pudding with avocado. I take a cup of almond milk and a whole avocado and 2 scoops of the chocolate complete, and I throw it into our blender and I blend it until it's smooth, and I top it with strawberries and blackberries, and that is the most delicious after school snack. I had some myself too. So the 3 of us had that as an after school snack, and it was absolutely delicious and full of plants. So we just love the shakes. I really don't go anywhere with the shakes. If I travel, I always have them with me. I keep them in my purse in case I need to shake up a quick shake if I'm stuck. So it's absolutely delicious, and we definitely crave it. So when you add the Juice Plus Complete Shake to the capsules, you're actually getting 45 plant foods every day. So there are a lot of nutritional products out there, but Juice Plus is unique in 3 specific ways. First of all, it's not a food. I'm sorry, it's food. It's not a vitamin. So if you look, hopefully you can see this. If you look at the back of a Juice Plus container, it has a nutrition label, not a vitamin supplement label. So it's the same label that you would see on the bag of frozen broccoli in the grocery store. So the government really does consider this food. Second of all, we have something called an NSF certification. And this is a private company that certifies Juice Plus products to be sure that what's on the label is actually in the product. And they stringently test for pesticides, mold, bacteria, stimulants, etc. There's no warning label on Juice Plus. It's safe for people of all ages, pregnant and nursing moms, children, the elderly, and even professional athletes. And Juice Plus really is the most thoroughly researched product in the world. So Juice Plus is set apart from all other nutritional products because of the original clinical research that has taken place all over the world for over 20 years. Well-known research institutions have studied what happens in people's bodies when they consume Juice Plus. So these are gold standard, double-blind, placebo-controlled, randomized, so very credible research that has been published in peer-reviewed journals. My favorite study that we have is the one that was published in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology, and that is the premier cardiology journal. And basically what they did is they took a group of people and they took them to the lab and they measured their baseline brachial artery pressure, which is in their arm. And then they fed them, they took them to a fast food restaurant, they fed them a high-fat meal, and then took them back, did it all over again. They found that everybody who consumed the high-fat meal had about a 50% constriction of that brachial artery, which if your artery is only open as half as much, then obviously your heart has to work a lot harder, right? So they then broke them into 3 different groups. They gave one group a placebo. The second group was given the Orchard and the Garden blend, which is the fruit and the veggie blend. And the third group was given the Orchard, Garden, and Vineyard blend, so the trio. They were sent home, told not to change anything, just take what you're assigned. And this was a randomized gold standard study. And then they brought them back and they did it all over again. And what they found was after eating that high-fat meal, the placebo group continued to have that 50% constriction. The group that was eating just the Orchard and Garden, so the fruit and the veggies, had about a 16% constriction. And the group that was eating the Orchard, Garden, and Vineyard blend showed virtually no constriction. So the conclusion to that study is that the addition of a simple concentrated produce can virtually eliminate the detrimental effects of a high-fat meal. And the reason why I love this study is because, a lot of people don't really want to change the way that they eat. They like their fast food or, and we're not advocating that you don't make any other changes. But even if all you do is add Juice Plus, you're going to have a significant improvement. And what we know to be true is that when you add Juice Plus, that nutrition is going to get into your system, and it's going to have your body asking for more of it. So, as you continue to have that nutrition foundationally in your body, you're going to start craving more fruits and vegetables. So these are some of the results that we've seen from the Juice Plus research. So you see the cardiovascular wellness, which I just shared about, gum tissue, oxidative stress, the immune system, systemic inflammation is really the beginning of basically all disease. So the fact that when you eat Juice Plus, systemic inflammation is reduced. That means the risk for disease is reduced, but also things like arthritis and asthma, that is helped. It protects our DNA, it leads to healthier skin, and so much more. So children can receive Juice Plus for free for up to 4 years. So they have to be between the ages of 4 years old all the way through undergrad and college. So if mom buys Juice Plus, she can sponsor a child to receive it for free. Dad or another adult can sponsor another child. Parents are just really asked to fill out a quick survey about what effect Juice Plus has had on the health of their family. And we've had almost 1 million children participate in the Children's Health Study. And look at these wonderful results. So 10 years ago, the Juice Plus company sent out a survey asking what else customers are taking in addition to their Juice Plus. And the answer was overwhelmingly omegas. So the company worked for 10 years to develop a way to create an all plant-based blend of omega-3, 5, 6, 7, and 9 fatty acids. So they skipped the fish and they went straight to the algae and the plants to get the omegas. So the Juice Plus Omega blend is the first to use cold fusion technology, so the oils aren't exposed to heat at all. And I know when I started the omegas, which is a little bit over a year ago, I wasn't really expecting a whole lot from the introduction, because I'd been on Juice Plus for a long time. We'd made a lot of healthy changes, and I frankly was feeling pretty good. But what I noticed is that, probably about, I'm not sure how many months in the omegas, this happened, because how you don't feel the cold that you didn't get? Well, I had some arthritis in this finger joint right here. And, it would bother me here and there. And, if I cracked my finger or, pulled on it for some reason, it would give me pain. But it wasn't until somebody else mentioned to me that their arthritis in their toes was better that I thought, it hasn't really bothered me, and I don't have any pain whatsoever in this joint anymore. And the other thing that I noticed with the omegas is just that I started sleeping very, very deeply, and would fall asleep at night, and I wouldn't wake up until my alarm went off in the morning, which is a change from how I'd been sleeping before. I tended to wake up a lot in the middle of the night, so that deep sleep was so very welcome, and I just absolutely love feeling rested in the morning. So Juice Plus really is the most proven and simplest change that you can make, and people are experiencing amazing benefits with just taking Juice Plus. But if you're also looking for a set of lifestyle guidelines, we do have a program called Shred 10, and it's not about shredding 10 pounds in 10 days. It's about shredding certain habits for 10 days and adopting new, healthier habits. So participants receive a free guidebook, a cookbook, and a whole lot of support. Maintaining a healthy weight is an important topic for many people, because we know that excess fat contributes to over 20 different diseases. So remember the toxins that we talked about earlier? Well, our bodies really just can't handle the onslaught of toxins. So it protects our organs by trapping the toxins in fat cells. So the good news is that this keeps the toxins from roaming and causing havoc in our bodies. But the bad news is that the fat cells expand and can cause weight issues. So when you burn the fat in the wrong way, without proper nutrition or with over-exercising, the toxins are actually re-released into the bloodstream, which stresses your body. So your body very smartly goes actually into fat production to once again enrobe the toxins, protecting the vital organs. And then guess what happens? That fat returns. So it's really a vicious cycle. But if you look at the bottom, there's definitely a better way. The safe and healthy way to lose weight is to allow your body to cleanse itself by removing the toxic load and adding clean eating, especially fruits and vegetables. Now you're shedding fat and assisting your liver so it can do its job to cleanse the toxins. So weight loss is easier, quicker, and it leads to more permanent weight loss. And so we always want to encourage you to eat more fruits and vegetables. And sometimes it's helpful to grow your own. And we use the Tower Garden to have more control over how our food is grown. So for the convenience of, it's really the convenience of having a farmer's market on our porch or in our house. I have one right next to me. It's on right now, if you can hear it. And so, kids and adults really get excited about this. So when you grow on the Tower Garden, you really can grow all year round with grow lights if you grow indoors. And they actually did a study on the Tower Garden, and they found that the Tower Garden produce had a 30% higher yield of produce and the nutritional equivalents of fruits and vegetables grown in the very best soil. So this makes growing fun and fast and easy, and it's amazing. It fits with the farm to table and the organic and local movements, and schools are actually even jumping on board. My husband's an elementary school teacher, and they have 3 Tower Gardens, and the kids absolutely love to not only grow the Tower Garden, but eat the produce from the Tower Gardens. And now I want to introduce to you my beautiful cousin, Evelyn, and Evelyn's going to share her Juice Plus experience. And if you're talking,
Okay, can you hear me?
yep.
Okay, great. Thanks, Carmen. Um, I actually started looking at Juice Plus again after many years of having been off of it. I was on it originally maybe about 9 or 10 years ago, and then I got off of it for all the wrong reasons. But I started looking at it again because, as Carmen mentioned about her daughter, I had the little one in the middle, Maya. She was always getting sick. And she also had asthma, and I wanted to get her healthier. And the other one behind her, Ariana, doesn't eat any vegetables whatsoever. She loves fruit, but she didn't like vegetables. And so I was really looking at it for them specifically to get them healthy. So we enrolled them in the child health study. I thought that I myself was pretty healthy. So I wasn't expecting to see such amazing changes in my body. And that's what I want to talk to you about today, because when I realized how much better I felt on the Juice Plus, I realized that this was something that I really wanted to share with everybody. And so I did start doing that. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to share with my patients because I'm a physical therapist at the time, and I was working with children, and so I really wasn't allowed to share with my patients and their families. And so when I moved to Florida recently, I really wanted to find a place where I could share Juice Plus, not just with my friends and family, but I really wanted to share it with my patients, because once you look at the clinical research and you see all of the amazing changes that it can make, you really want to be able to help other people. And that's what I do in my everyday as a physical therapist, is help people to get healthier. And when you are looking at nutrition, or you're looking at health and you're not looking at nutrition, you're really missing a really big piece of the pie. Nutrition is 80% of health, 20% being exercise, and all of those other things that we talked about before. And so I really wanted to be able to talk about nutrition with my patients. What I saw for myself was that I had, since I was, started my menstrual cycle, I had really extremely painful periods. And that was a lot of inflammation in my body that was causing, those painful periods. When I got off of birth control, I had to be on birth control because that regulated my period since I was 17. And when I got off of birth control to have my kids, I would literally faint from the pain. I would have to dose every 4 hours, going from Tylenol to Advil, Tylenol to Advil. Even in the middle of the night, if I didn't set my alarm and take my medication, I'd be in such agony in the morning that I wouldn't be able to get out of bed. So I had such horrible inflammation from my menstrual periods. And when I started taking Juice Plus, I realized that started alleviating itself. So much so that I was able to stop taking birth control pills, which I had been taking since I was 17. So I took them for many, many years. And as some of you may know, if you take birth control pills, it gives you you have a higher risk of having a stroke, which of course I wanted to eliminate that medication because all medication does have side effects. So I was really happy to be able to get off of that prescription medication. And now when I get my menstrual cycle, if I have to dose, it's usually just maybe one dose of Advil for the entire week as opposed to every 4 hours. So it really has decreased significantly my systemic inflammation. And so I'm really a true believer because I've seen it work in my own body. I've also seen it work in other people's body. My mom has fibromyalgia, and she is suffering much less from all of that pain. She's able to move around more easily, and she's, able to, get up in the morning and feel better than she's ever felt before. My dad has lost some weight, and his pre-diabetes is under control. He's not having to take any medication for diabetes because he's really able to regulate his blood sugar with diet.
Uh-oh, you're frozen. Hopefully she'll come back. Okay, well, we'll keep going. So we really just want to thank you, Evelyn, for sharing. You got frozen in the middle there, so I'm not sure. Hopefully, but we heard
along with the help of getting over sick visits. So anyways, that is my story, and I'm so glad that some of you were able to join today.
Thank you, Evelyn. You got cut off there in the middle a little bit, but it was
Okay.
awesome to hear. I think we heard most of it.
Okay.
Your parents and your story, and of course, being that this is my aunt and uncle and my cousin. I absolutely love that they're all getting healthier. But really, we have so many wonderful stories within our Juice Plus community, and it really is just so much fun. And our healthy living community really is such an amazing place to be. We call our healthy living community the Healthy Living Revolution, and we really do have some amazing resources. We have cookbooks. We just published a brand new version for the spring of our healthy cookbook. We have children's resources. We have Facebook groups. We have educational events to help you continue to make simple changes. And you can access them all by going to www.healthylivingrevolution.com. And so if you go to healthylivingrevolution.com, you'll see our latest installment of our Healthy Living Revolution live continuing education webinar. And so this is Heather Wonke, and she is sharing bariatric basics. So she really is sharing about, what it means to have bariatric surgery and why anybody considering bariatric surgery really does need to have this foundational nutrition in their body. So we really do just invite you to join us. Some of you may have been just listening tonight and just be inspired to eat more fruits and vegetables. And that's amazing. We're so happy, even if you can just add a few more fruits and vegetables every day. And some of you maybe want to make one simple change and add Juice Plus to your diet or jumpstart your health with the Shred 10. So for less than a cup of coffee, you can add over 30 plants to your diet. But maybe you've been sitting here thinking about how you can share this information with your best friend or your parents or your siblings. And if that's you, then we would love to tell you more about your options to share this with others. So for now, we really just want to say thank you so much for joining us. And we're looking forward to getting in touch to find out how you liked it. All right. Have a great night, everyone.